sort of punishment reserved for the worst criminals or most severely disturbed mental health patients, being locked up alone 24 hours a day in an empty, sealed room. But that is life for Bethany, a British teenager who has committed no crime. She's autistic and a victim of problems in the NHS that means she can't get the treatment nor the care that she needs. She's been locked up for almost 3 years, and even her family has only been allowed physical contact with Bethany through a hatch in the door. The latest figures show that many people like Bethany have fallen through the cracks of what campaigners call a broken system. Currently, 2,250 people with a learning disability or autism from England being inappropriately held in mental health units. Of those, 235 under the age of 18, 355 have been in these institutions for 10 years or more. And that is despite a recent report that said the system fails people with a learning disability or autism who are segregated, and called it not fit for purpose. Well, this is what NHS England told us. Bethany's case continues to be assessed by expert clinicians, and we are working with her family and also Bethany herself to agree and manage an ongoing plan for her care. St Andrews Healthcare and NHS England have put in place changes to improve the care of people with autistic spectrum disorder, including new policies and systems for monitoring compliance with the Mental Health Act Code of Practice in relation to seclusion and long-term segregation, and improved equality training for staff. That's all well and good, but what does it actually mean? Bethany's father, Jeremy, is with us. Hi. That was your hand, wasn't it, that we saw touching your daughter through the door?
That was the only contact I was allowed with my daughter at that time.
How is it for you and her?
That situation is worse now. Despite the acknowledgement by NHS England that they have damaged Bethany's well-being, despite other parties admitting that her delay to the community has been delayed, they have now moved my daughter to a unit that is not even autism specific. They have no ability to care for my child. They have no hatch in the door. I can't hold a hand. I talk to my child through an intercom. It's humiliating for both of us, for the whole family. And this is because of a broken, failed system.
How does it make you feel?
Angry, sad, confused that we can have this legal action where so much was admitted and they do this to my daughter.
Why did they move her?
They moved her first to a unit that was reasonably close to home, and that unit was very small, with a very small team of staff. That unit worked, it did brilliant work with Beth. Within weeks, she was out of the cell, she was in the community, we would take the dogs to her, we would go for a walk. It was an adolescent unit and Bethany turned 18, so they placed her in the first available bed they had.
Why does she need to be confined like this?
Bethany is autistic. Her part of the spectrum means she has a massive level of anxiety all the time. Imagine being shut in a car full of bees. Your basic instincts would be to either remove yourself from that situation and to run away from it, or to start swatting those bees. That is how Beth presents. If you remove the bees, remove the anxiety, you have an ordinary 18-year-old who loves life, who loves dancing. You put her somewhere that doesn't have that support, and you have somebody that swats bees and wants to run away. You lock her away, she can't run away. She's left with one option.
How else could she be treated? What do you want to happen?
What she needs in her care plan is for people who understand her presentation, who understand the triggers for the behaviour, who can keep Bethany occupied in the activities that she enjoys, remove the anxieties. You don't have the displays of challenging behaviour that Beth can resort to.
Can she not be at home?
I would love to have Bethany home more than anything. That would require a team of people to facilitate that. That's not impossible. Beth should be in a home.
The authorities are saying that they are there to basically protect Beth from herself, and they are working to move her to a bespoke community placement.
That work has only just begun. Beth has been in this system for 3 years. Why has it taken so long? Why has it taken court, legal action to force them to start doing that piece of work now?
What impact has it had on the family?
A massive impact. Childhoods should be full of memories of parties and Christmases and birthdays and exam results. Beth's life is measured in hospital units and locked doors, of being held down, restrained, injected, because she's autistic, because she's failed. And Beth is not alone. As your lead-in said, 2,200 odd people in the same situation. And these people are hidden away from society. This isn't something that anybody talks about. Society fails these people as much as the system.
What does her day consist of?
Beth lives in a room that is 10 foot wide, 14 foot long, with a toilet and shower at one end. There is a mattress at the other end. She is allowed crayons. She has a perspex window that she can interact with the care staff. On the phone the other day, Bethany asked me for some dolls that smelt like real babies.
Yeah, I heard you say that.
Because she's lonely. Beth was ready to do her GCSEs before they put her into the first unit. Beth is not some animal that needs restraining. She needs support. The support is there.
What's it like when you go to see her and then you have to leave?
I draw on Bethany's strength to survive that. I don't know how she does it. It's horrific. It's like the scene in Hannibal Lecter where Clarice Starling goes to meet Dr. Lecter for the first time. You walk down a corridor and then you see your child behind a screen. It's heartbreaking, it's destroying.
When you come home?
I'm lucky. I have a wonderful family, I have friends, I have hobbies that I can engage in and take my mind off it. I have that. Beth doesn't. Beth is in that room 24/7.
How do you see her future?
Given the right support, there is no reason why Bethany can't go on to live a proper and full life. It's why, I won't mention her surname, that Beth has a future. The professionals involved in Bethany's care state she has a wonderful future ahead of her. But at the moment, the system is in the way of that.
Are you hopeful?
Bethany says the answer to that. There are two things in Bethany's life, professionals and unicorns. She believes in unicorns. She doesn't believe in professionals. They need to prove to us that they can support my daughter.
You know you're going to have to keep fighting for her, don't you?
I won't stop, and I won't stop fighting for all the other people in her situation as well. Never.
We should appreciate you taking the time to come
No, thank you.
and do maybe mention that you've been on the programme today and tell her what you've been saying on her behalf.
She really loves the fact that so many people are listening so hard to her story.
Did she like the dolls?
She loves the dolls. She absolutely loves those dolls.
Fantastic. Well, I'm glad we can leave you with a smile.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Keep in touch and
Yes.
let us know what we can do to help.
Absolutely.
Appreciate
I would
you
love to come
taking the
back
time.
and
Thank
tell a
you.
happy
Thanks
story.
very much. Yes, yes, do, seriously. Love to have you anytime. Thank you.